Tara, how was your first day?
It was pretty good, like my other first days.
Wow, have you had a lot?
Just a few, but firsts are important. You know, like the first time you know what you want to do with your life.
When did you figure that out?
Well, to explain that properly, I'll have to take you back in time. Here, have a seat. I'll tell you a little story. So, I've always had an interest in the law, and when I went into college, that was the field I found myself most drawn to. Through Valencia Community College, back when I was an itty-bitty college freshman, I took a course called New Student Experience, where I learned my purpose and soon developed a course of action, an education plan, if you will.
What was your purpose?
My purpose? Well, I discovered that my purpose was, and is, to make sure everything goes according to plan. I've always been a bit of a perfectionist. I wanted to make sure everything was in order and that my job and others' jobs within my field could be done properly to help people. Although my new student experience course helped me to start figure out my purpose, it really became obvious when I joined the workforce and I was tasked with helping attorneys prepare for their cases by working with clients, going over paperwork, and knowing the information that makes it happen.
That's pretty cool. What schooling did you do in order to get the jobs that helped you figure out your purpose?
That's a good question. Well, first, I completed my Paralegal Studies AS, Associates of Science, at Valencia, where I took legal-based courses like Intro to Paralegal Studies, Litigation, and Civil Law. From there, I immediately went to work. I wasn't sure if I wanted to further my education. My first paralegal job was within a law office in Altamont Springs, Florida, where I worked with Christopher Parker Cyrus, where I helped him prepare for cases dealing with injury, abuse, and molestation. It was a very emotional time for me, hearing the stories of victims and helping them to be heard, but the experience is one that I will never forget. Parker Cyrus is the one who convinced me to go back to school, this time at the University of Central Florida, where I earned my bachelor's degree in paralegal studies. Through Parker Cyrus, I was able to pay my way through my bachelor's degree and start paying off the loans I had taken out for my associate's degree, which in all was nearly $55,000. While completing my degree, and for a little while afterwards, I continued to work with Parker Cyrus. But after a couple of years, I said my goodbyes and went to work for a law firm in Jacksonville, Florida, for Harrell & Harrell, where I worked for a handful of attorneys, wherever I was needed, really. I made nearly $20,000 more than I did working for Parker Cyrus, with the lawyers specializing in personal injury. However, 2 months ago, I received a job offer from Smith Sobick Kendrick at Smith Sobick Kendrick and Sugnet PC here in Syracuse, which is where I went today.
That's a lot. So, what did you do today?
Today, well, I didn't do much more than meet the attorneys, but on a daily basis, I communicate with clients, witnesses, and lawyers to schedule meetings and interviews. I create and use filing systems for organization. I support my lawyers with conducting research, making notes and summaries of transcripts and evidence, drafting legal documents, and a whole array of other jobs.
Do you need any skills to do your job, or can anyone do it?
Not just anyone can do this job. You've got to be good at organization, most importantly, and you need to know litigation, legal documentation, legal research, scheduling, administrative support, and so much more.
You do a lot, don't you?
Yeah, but it comes with a job, kid. A job I love.